morning, good afternoon, good evening, fellow Biafrans all over the world. You're welcome to this channel where we give you back-to-back information how we are going to restore Biafra. I am happy and I am glad that I am making this broadcast this evening due to my own time zone. I am telling you the fact that we are winning this war. There is a society called the Mosaic community in Israel. They have been a good supporter of our freedom. Secretly, they've been supporting us, but unfortunately, people don't know about how are we marching boldly on the street? How are we giving them back-to-back woto-woto? How are we dealing with them? If not for their help, they have been helping in different ways, in ammunitions, in supply of high-graded weapons. There's a new weapon we are using now, and it's an example, it's a replica of the same one they are also using to deal with those people in Gaza, those Hamas terrorist group that are giving Israel challenges. Let me show you a picture of their weapon, and let me show you the one we just received now, because you will be wondering, how are we facing this Nigerian zoo government? Yes, the Nigerian zoo government has a lot of weapons because they have been around for a long time. The British have seen that the Hausas, the Fulanis and the Hausas and all these minority tribes, they can't do anything logically. They are not industrious, they are not innovative, so they can only carry guns. That's why the British have always helped them to giving the zoo government gun. You can remember during the genocidal war those days, the barricade they caught in Biafra land that time was assisted by the Navy of the British. They gave the Nigerian zoo government boats and ships to barricade the sea of the Biafran land. That is how they could stop anything from coming into our land then. That's why they could win the war. But thank God, all those times and all those years, there will be a day that we will face them directly. But we are still winning the war. We are facing them. The war is going on secretly. People don't really know much about it. But we thank God we are giving them their size. Some days ago, a video came out of how they are marching on into Imo State because of the election. And some people were saying, you people cannot, why can't you go and face them like this? We don't face them like that. We know what they call the rule of engagement. We don't just go on the street and start shooting them so people will get injured. No, there's a rule of engagement. There's time for everything. Let them show themselves. When it's time, we will show ourselves. Let me show you some of the tweets of the Mosaic Society. Let me show you their Twitter page. Yes, as you can see this picture here, this is Mosaic commentary. They are saying this is the more powerful and destructive weapon entry operation used. That is meaning that this weapon is being used right now. And look at the date that this weapon is being displayed. So this is Prime Minister Simon's Epa page. He said, for the first time we are changing the game to defend Biafra land against aggressors. Is a task we are doing. A very rare, sophisticated weapon will go into the use by the Biafran army and the Biafran resistance fighter to secure our land in the next phase of this liberation. What is the next phase of this liberation? No going to be election in an Imo State. That wicked and crude man called Overpoўered will receive voto very soon. He thinks he can bribe all the old judge, thinking the next election is going to win. There have been videos that have been surfacing of different kind, where money is being shared to people so that he will be voted in, where he was promising Imolite 4,000 jobs abroad. Can you imagine that? As if he came here to create a complaint that he will employ them. So on the issue of Overpoўered, very soon he go collect his size. This is a visual of how the weapon looks. This is a close picture of how the weapon looks like. And we are so glad that this is coming to the hands of the Biafran Liberation Force and the Biafran resistance fighters. This will be a gradual process. In a few years, we will match up with the Nigerian Zoological Army very soon. We are dealing with them, but very, very soon we'll match up with them squarely. From the Prime Minister's Twitter page, said Biafra entering into another treaty and recognition. The delegitimization of Nigerian government within Biafran territory continues. To stop Nigeria from conducting fraudulent election in Biafra land is to stop the genocide, and Biafran people has resolved to stop Nigeria from conducting any fraudulent election in Imo State. Imo State in Biafra is divided into 3 states: Olu State, Okigwe, and Owerri State. These 3 states will be under 6-6 coffee from 9th of November to 12th of November 2023. There will be no movement of any kind. We must expel the criminals and killers of our people from Imo State. Now, who are these criminals and people? These are the same set of people that Chukwuma Soludo used to commit killings. Yesterday, I watched a video that is so heartbreaking. They said those 2 men were illegal tax collectors. This is year 2023, and you are sending people to set them ablaze on the street on broad daylight. How can a country... This was something that used to happen in 1990s that we used to condemn then. After like 23 years, they are still doing it. Those men that commit those atrocities, they were covering their eyes, their faces with masks and the rest. But for you doing that, that means you have a backing of a government to do that on broad daylight, and the police could not come there. The incident happened not just for 1 hour, not 2 hours. They got the guys and they set them ablaze, and they make sure that they point to arches. This thing is not just something of 1 hour or 2 hours, and no police could respond. That's been the government is aware of it. It was this Chukwuma Soludo that said the same thing Chukwuma Soludo is doing right now that he has started. That was the same thing Opus Obanjo was doing then. And we say there will be election in Imo State this time again. Never. I really like the zeals in the Biafran Liberation Army. That's 9th and 12th of November that has been mentioned by the Prime Minister. It will hold. I want you all to spread this message for us. Spread the good news of Biafra. And kindly subscribe to this channel, share this video, click on the like section so that this video will get to more people. Thank you.